Thoughts but no reply. Walls too close, the world too wide. A ghost unseen passing time. She wore her fears like second skin. Spoke to shadows, breathed them in. Dreamed of voices calling home. Somewhere she was not alone. She crossed the line from dark to seen. A spark against the dark inside. From the silence, a signal rose through the static. 1,000 souls, we are the lost, the strange, the seen. United by the screen between. Raise your voice, you're not alone in these pixels. We found a home from broken nights to blazing dawns. Together we carry Days turned years and coated skies. 10 winters passed before her eyes. Every stream a thread of trust, built from hope and honest dust. Names became more than a chat. Hearts behind each avatar shared their scars, their wins, their pain. Locked in just to feel okay. She learned that strength is letting show the cracks where hidden lights can glow. From the silence, a signal rose through the static. 1,000 souls, we are the lost, the strange, the seen. United by the screen between. Raise your voice, you're not alone in these pixels. We found a home from broken nights to blazing dawns. Together we carry on. To the outcasts, the quiet minds. To the ones who never fit the lines. You are more than what they said, more than voices in your head. Hand in hand across the void, every tear and laugh deployed. In worlds we play, in truths we share. We heal each other everywhere. No throne of gold, no crown of flame, just human hearts behind the names. Not heroes born of flawless light, but those who stayed through every night.
Oh. Hey everyone! Hey Andrea, hey Grim. We have less than 12 minutes on the countdown.
From the silence,
A signal rose.
now a storm of beating souls. We
You guys ready for this?
lost, the strange, the seen, no longer trapped.
We are going to talk about Pearadise,
Let it be known, every screen's
a stepping stone.
through boss fights, grief and healing scars. We shine like constellation stars. So if you're lonely, weird, unheard, if the world
I've started the timer.
sharp observed
It's official.
the dark,
We are also...
you might just build a promised land.
Yeah, it's a stream speedrun. Hey you, Penny! We are $80 away from our footsie model reveal. Let's see if we can have some contributions to see if I have more than 11 minutes to talk about this. Hey Riley, hey Captain Shotgun, hey Azipoo, welcome in. Let's see. Let's get right to it. What do you mean? You showed me your Fiesta? I don't know what you're talking about. I did no such thing. Anyway. So, the interesting... We're going back to the Lolcow universe. Not because I want to, but because they actually did something really smart. Imagine that. basically, with all this controversy around Pearadise and the docuseries coming out on the 10th of June, what did Lolcow Bus decide to do? I don't know whose smart idea this was, but they decided to bring on some of the main characters of this whole thing. So they brought Stefan, which is one of the owners of the whole Pearadise thing. It's probably his house and his money and all that. And his kink for bigger girls, right? So it was on the show first, I believe, and then a bunch of what they call survivors. I wanna keep my judgment still for that. And then also, yeah, a lot of different characters that are part of this Pearadise controversy. So let's get started. This was the first episode that they did around Pearadise, and they interviewed basically Stefan, the big guy. Well, the big guy, the owner, because he's not that big. He likes bigger girls, but he's not that big himself. So let's see.
Stefan, you got turned on about those girls getting on the...
Very important.
Bidley be swimming off the streets and keeping them hidden away behind closed doors. Stefano, please call in so we can salute you.
Okay.
Salute you. Let's go.
Stefano, I believe I found you. Yes, I did find you. Okay. So you have what is called an intern role in our Discord right now, Stefano. Now the Discord just opened up completely to you. What
is it, Stefano or is it Stefan? Because it's a German name, right?
you're gonna do is look on the side chat, and you're gonna see a live on air in Studio A.
Yep.
And Foxy Mama's there, Foop is there, Tech Protect's there. With the new role I just gave you, you can just click and join this live on air with us.
Blueberry banana white. So I don't know the tune anymore. Riley, I forgot the tune. Probably a good thing.
Right now.
Who is it, Stephanie? Damn.
Love to hear your story and your side of things.
So glad I didn't make that Subway joke.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. I sent a message on TikTok. You can join Studio A if you're still watching, which I think you are. There's a room that says The Viewer, Tech Protect, Fupa Cheese, and Foxy Mama. That's the room you want to click on in the Discord, and we'll be able to hear you on the air.
All right, guys, we're probably going to put this on members only just because it's about to get crazy.
Gotcha.
And we need a healthy chat.
You can join Studio A if you're still watching, which I think you are.
Hello.
Hey,
There he is.
The Viewer, Tech Protect, Fupa Cheese, and Foxy Mama. That's the room you want to click on.
Hold on.
In the Discord.
Stefan, welcome in.
All right, guys, we're probably going to put this on members only just because it's about to get crazy.
Stefan,
Okay, forget about the cookie song. Sometimes my memory is a curse, but sometimes it can be a blessing. I can't be having that in my head all day.
Put your camera and lower the stream in the background.
Hello. Hey, what's going on?
There you go.
Okay. So you should be able to mute the stream now. We can see you on the Discord.
Put this on members only just because
I need to turn my YouTube off.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh god, like this is like
I mean, didn't Stefan invent that chip that goes into cars? Like, isn't he like at least slightly technical?
I'm so not okay. Now I don't have any audio. Hold on.
Can you hear us?
Hello, hello.
Maybe headphones?
Yeah, he's checking out the audio on Discord. There you go.
Oh my god, what are those headphones? Those are like they look like airplane headphones. What's up with that?
Can you hear
Are
us?
you
Hello?
good? Can you hear us?
Hold on. Not yet. I can hear something, but it's
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Testing.
Where are you, Stefan?
Now you're on my desktop speakers. You're on the wrong monitor. So I have 3 fucking monitors on my desk. Let me bring this over here. So I'm actually looking at the camera.
No worries.
I got it to work. This is so cool that you
He got it to work. Oh, technology. Imagine that.
guys use Discord for this.
Yeah.
For 5 years, I had the idea to use Discord to live stream something on YouTube, TikTok, whatever. But you know how it is technically speaking. You can't really live stream on TikTok other than using a phone.
Yep.
TikTok is so restrictive. Like you can't. There's no string keys and any of the technical stuff. Like you guys have been through all of it. So now I need to mute my phone. Like
Yeah. It's called OBS. What? Quite an invention. OBS. Hey, Valcora.
everything is blowing up right now. This is crazy. So I have no idea who you guys are. So I have to apologize right out the gate. I got sucked into all of this. I have no idea what lolcow is. I was called a lolcow on YouTube the other day, and I laughed at it.
Yeah.
Right.
Somebody made a video about me and saying like, "Yo, Stefan is the guy that he wouldn't hurt a fly, but you can just make fun of him because he's so stupid, right?"
All right, I'll take the lead here and fill you in. I'm Keemstar, by the way. And this show is called Lolcow Bus.
Yeah, how do you feel about that, Keemstar? He doesn't know who you are. How do you feel about that?
We basically, this is the Lolcow universe. We have 25 shows that run around the clock and like redirect to each other here on YouTube.
Okay.
And I am the founder and owner of this thing. And this show is Lolcow Bus. It's had its highs, it's had its lows. Right now, we're at like a medium spot. I think we have about 1,000 people watching us here on YouTube, maybe more, 1,300 actually right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And one of our hosts, Foxy Mama, over here, you might not recognize her because she lost a bunch of weight, but she at one point she was at your mansion. And with this new documentary coming out, this has been a topic that we've been talking about.
Interesting. So Foxy Mama was at the mansion, the Pearadise mansion. I didn't realize that was the connection. Okay.
From time to time with this documentary coming out on you because she was at your house, right?
Okay. Really quick, before I didn't want to interrupt you. Is it okay for me to leave the TikTok on, or should I get off
That's
the TikTok?
fine.
Totally fine.
Oh, yeah, just making sure that there's no issues like with anything.
No, cross promotion's fine.
I don't remember. I have to admit, probably in total, more than 500 people have been through this house since I started, officially
500 people went through the house. The timer's getting pretty low. It is, isn't it? We got less than 5 minutes.
doing TikTok and saying like, hey, how they misrepresented it in the trailer, like holding up a big ass swimsuit. I never said that. I never said if you fit in here, come in my pool.
Yeah.
I said the steps to have a bikini body. Here's a bikini. Put the damn bikini on. Throw your butt in a circle and have fun. That was the original.
I told you, Fupa, they be lying in those documentaries. I told
The trailer is the ultimate clickbait. Listen, the TV is a business. I get that. I run a business. I make my money with everything but TikTok. I don't make anything on TikTok, right? TikTok has always been a hobby. The girls living with me or hanging out with me, friends. I don't make content with them other than for fun. I don't make any money off of them. Nobody pays me any money. This is literally just like,
Okay, that's an interesting thing to establish.
I'm set. Money-wise, I'm good. Like I don't need clicks and views or anything for money. And I would never ever.
I wonder what Foxy Mama's perspective is on all this. I guess we'll find out, huh? I hope she's a little vocal during this, because I don't want to go back to see like the previous Lolcow Bus episodes to try to find out what her thoughts are on the subject. Like, I hope it comes out now,
Put any of my eggs in a basket called TikTok. Like they just banned my account for no reason.
Yeah.
They said fake engagement. Since when is
Also, wouldn't it be so smart for Lolcow Bus to make freaking shorts and put them everywhere while Pearadise is being talked about? Like, yes, they made 5 shows so far about Pearadise, and they put a bunch of main characters on the screen and interviewed them. Okay, that was smart, but how about going the next level and actually making shorts of this content so that you can promote your show? Like, you have 1,000 people watching you. You previously had thousands of people watching Lolcow Live when Amberlynn Reed was on it. So, like, get those numbers back up. It's not that hard. Make some shorts. You have the content. You can't just expect to do a show and just leave it there and not promote it. It's such a weird thing, man.
Has ever been fake engagement? Never. But I can totally agree with everybody. The trailer did exactly what it was supposed to do. It created the ultimate controversy. And by doing that, it will hopefully bring everybody to watch the show.
Who is?
I want everybody to watch the show.
Do you own any of this? Did you produce this film, or are you just the subject matter of it? Okay.
Okay. The production company approached me a while back, and they said, "Hey, we found your content. We see this Pearadise thing. Like, you have the girls around. You guys make all these trends. You guys look interesting. This is unusual because plus-size women are so unacceptable in society. Like, basically, what are you doing? Like, how did you get? Like, we want to know your story." They approached me about like making a TV show about the past and present of Pearadise, the people at Pearadise.
The thing is, right, when you have a good idea for a docuseries and you don't know exactly what you're getting into, you just know that, oh, it's an interesting subject. You kind of find out as you go, right? And what you initially thought was going to be the docuseries might completely change on the first episode, right? Because you find out all these shady things are going on, and you want to sort of find out more about those shady aspects, because the more shady, the more controversial, and the more views the docuseries gets. Like, if it's all about positivity and body positivity and big women and loving big women, if that's it, then you're only going to get a certain amount of views, right? If you make it controversial and shady and suspicious, then a lot more people are going to watch.
What is Pearadise? That kind of stuff. I had no idea they're going to interview the people that made this whole slander campaign about me. And one thing I need people to know right out of the gate, the main person that led the...
I mean, they're just doing their job if they found out that there was the slander campaign, as he calls it. It was a defamation suit, and it was actually a lot bigger than he makes it sound. And obviously, they're doing their job. They're gonna find that out in the docuseries and address it.
Slander and smear campaign against me, has never been to the house, never talked to me, never met me anywhere, never had any communication with her. She didn't even respond to a text message. When she first started her campaign, I reached out to her and I said, hey, can we talk? Like adults, figure this out, right? What's your problem? She ignored me and instead made another video on TikTok and said, I'm silencing people, I'm a predator, I'm dangerous, I need to be shut down, be afraid.
Now, there's 5 women total, right?
Guys, we literally have 6 seconds until the end of the show. 3, 2, 1. Well, okay.
Support from Belcora's disability check for $200.
Dude, I was like... I thought it was over. I thought I was gonna say goodbye. That's it. I'm tapped out after that. Thank you so much, Belcora. What an insane contribution. Thank you so much for the 200. Oh gosh. Okay, the timer broke. Let me fix that and get back to the show since it is paused. Thank you so much, Belcora. I appreciate it. Building that suspense like a boss. She was like, I might not have to. Let's wait until the last second and then bam. Okay, let me get that sorted.
What I heard? Or is that incorrect?
Okay. So 5 women were included in the lawsuit.
Okay.
1 has never met me, never talked to me, has no idea who I am really, but like just didn't like me because she was in my Discord and she didn't like the Discord.
And that's the one you were just talking about?
Piggy Stardust, yes.
All right.
Her name is Kimberly Howder, aka Piggy Stardust. She actually
Belcora's disability check.
Posted 2 years before attacking me. She made a public post that I'm gonna have to find really quick and read to you because you need to know she's a politician's daughter.
Yep.
And a previous insurance saleswoman. Like she's a failed insurance saleswoman.
Failed insurance agent. So he's talking all kind of crap about this lady. But what's cool is that we're actually going to hear her side of things too. So
turned into a corn farmer, right? So she had posted publicly. I don't know, guys. You're gonna laugh about this if I can find it really quick.
Yeah, we probably will. Yeah, I mean,
it sounds like this all starts from a hater, right? Let's call it a hater, right? Everybody has haters online, but then at some point, the other women they actually have been at your house, right? Or no?
And I'll get to that. I can give you the whole story.
There we go, guys. We are 3 hours and 20 minutes left. That is the actual timer. Now let's resume that. So we guarantee a stream today, till the end, and then another one tomorrow. So thank you again for that, Belcora. We might actually do the DSP dive tomorrow. We might start that tomorrow.
So this girl right here, her public post on a fetish website was, and there's a picture of her that I cannot show. It's her naked, laying down, spread eagle, and it says, look at my fat, disgusting body. I need to be R-worded, spelled out properly.
Yeah.
If I told you my door was unlocked, would you come and use my body? So this girl never met me, has no idea who I am, goes on TikTok, makes a derogatory video about me. And at the
Wait, is he talking about?
Same time, and here's the time, here's a perfect storm, here's all the coincidences that happen, right? A couple of weeks before she made that video, 6 girls or 5, it was a big group, it was 6 of us, had actually been at my house. And there was no problems while they were at the house. We had a good time, we went on a road trip, we went swimming, we made TikToks, we went fucking viral, 16 million views on our swimsuit check video. Everything looked good, everything looked fine. On the last day, on the very, very last day, I have a surveillance video of them dancing in the living room. Fun, making TikToks. Yet in the court documents, they claim that they felt like sex captives, right? A sex captive doesn't dance in the living room. On the next day after they left, first of all, that one girl that is going to be a pretty big role, her name is Savannah Brown.
Yep.
She was sitting on the floor in her room, like upstairs in her bedroom. She was sitting on the floor crying because she didn't want to leave. She had such a good time, she didn't want to leave. On the next day after she left my house, gone out of the house, left Pearadise, back in Washington, she made a public TikTok and posted, I can't wait to be back in Vegas. 5 days or 6 days, I don't have the timeline exactly. Like, I documented it. The video is on my website. It's pearadise.net. The whole evidence is posted for anybody that wants to go down the real rabbit hole with the proof and evidence. It's all posted with exact timestamps and everything, because I cannot make this up, right? 5 to 7 days after she left my house, she posted on our Discord in a private channel and said, guys, I just had the craziest sex dreams with Stefan and Cass. I'm in her sex dream.
Yeah.
7 days after. Then there was a period of peace and quiet, like, nothing else was going on.
So
Hey,
you
Warner.
talked about 2 of those women in the lawsuit, or 3? Or is it more than 2?
Right now, I've only talked about 2.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna have to, like, the problem is the topic is so big, the rabbit hole is so deep. Like, I'm trying to condense it. So it's 5 women in the lawsuit. Out of the 5 women, 2 have never met me. Makes it 3. One of them was coerced and convinced by Piggy to make videos about me, and later came to me and apologized and said, "Oh my God, like, I want to come back to your house. I want to step in front of a camera, and I want to tell the world that I'm so sorry that this got so blown out of proportion."
Do you have any proof of that? Like, was it via text?
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right.
Everything.
We're down to 2 women. All right, 2 women.
Everything I'm telling you, I have hard proof for. Everything I'm telling you is facts, and everything I'm telling you, I have the files to what is the English word?
The interesting thing about this is that if the docuseries has already been completely filmed and he didn't know until the trailer that they were going to talk about the defamation suit, that means that he hasn't gotten a chance to react to it and respond to it in the docuseries. And that's interesting because they decided to go with that perspective and not actually let him respond, which is strange. Oh, yes, please like the stream, guys. Like the stream. Don't forget.
You have the receipts. They're called receipts, like in this drama sphere.
Okay.
So you have
This is honestly such an interesting topic. I might go like further in because apparently there's this website with a bunch of his side of the evidence. Allegations right here. Allegations explained. It's interesting.
Out of 5 women that my lawyer decided that, actually my lawyer came to me and he said, like, he's never seen anything this crazy. We're filing. We did a cease and desist to all 5 of them.
Wait. You're suing them?
Yes, for slander defamation.
Yeah, they're lying.
I didn't know that. I thought they were suing
No.
him.
Listen. Very, very important. Not a single report, police or anything else, was ever filed against me. Not a single complaint with any court was ever filed against me. The whole lawsuit bullshit was me trying to defend myself.
Yep.
And I learned later through the whole steps that, like, I could have skipped that. I could have literally just said, like, you know what, it doesn't matter. Nothing's official. The problem is that, like, claiming SA on somebody is so damaging that, like, everybody here in the house, everybody behind me was like, "Oh my God, Stefan, like, this is crazy. Like, you need to get legal advice. Like, this can ruin your life." And
Okay, so what happened was some of the girls got together. They contacted someone that wasn't directly involved with Stefan at all, which is a lady that we're going to see later. She's on the thumbnail on the right side. So they actually started, through rumors and through online and through connections and all that, saying that he had committed SA on the girls in Pearadise and that something suspicious was going on. And in response, because it was starting to invade his life, in response, he put out a defamation suit against them. Okay.
I went to a lawyer and I showed the lawyer, like, some of the videos that Piggy made, and the lawyer was like, "Oh my fucking God, like, 12 years in the business or whatever as an internet slander and defamation lawyer," and he said he's never seen anything like it.
Now I got a question. Is Piggy still making videos on you?
Yes.
That's crazy. Okay.
And so I need to break this all down for you guys, because I know there's a lot of people that have questions about this show. I got approached by producers probably 5 times in my lifetime on TikTok, right? I got approached for Love Don't Judge. I got approached for, like, I don't even know all the names, like, Paradise Love House. I got approached for, like, all sorts of shows. Usually what happened every single time, Piggy and the gang sabotaged the project and made them cancel it, because they went and they said, "How dare you?"
Okay, so this Piggy person is a very big character in this whole thing.
Make any content with a predator, with a known, like, a dangerous. They make me look like a pedo.
Yeah,
they do.
Like,
That's what
Piggy,
detractors do. Yeah.
Yes, Piggy made a public video claiming that my ex-girlfriend who lived here, Cass, I don't know if you cast the blast. God bless her heart, she passed 2 years ago. After 2 years of leaving my house, like she lived with me, she was in a relationship with me. Piggy bullied her into the ground. Cass was a person, like very, very sadly, unfortunately, she had childhood SA experience, traumatizing SA. And Piggy was calling her a groomer. She said, like, Cass is only Stefan's boyfriend, so she can bring in underage women for him to intoxicate and RAPE, like publicly on TikTok with thousands of viewers. She tore my girlfriend down into the ground, and her mental health just went to shit. And she made videos wearing a black dress and said she's going to wear that to Stefan's funeral. Like, she wanted me dead. And the whole time, the only real reason for her to do this is because she doesn't like me. And this is zero personal contact.
So this movie's coming.
Zero personal contact. So this Piggy person never even met him. Never even went to the house. If that's true. Huh.
Out. Have you seen the movie? Have you seen a screening?
I have not seen I have not seen the final product.
Hey, Brandon.
Okay. I mean, I can assume from the trailer, basically, they're going to say, this is weird. It's very unusual. You have all these plus size women over at your house. It's like the Playboy Bunnies mansion for the fat ladies, right?
Yes.
But there's all these allegations against you. There's a dark side of what the hell's going on in there. I mean, that sounds like what the movie is that we're about to watch.
Especially because it's like only 3 episodes, right? And if they're done with that, then that's all the information that most people are going to get.
Now, would you go as far as, if that's the narrative of the movie, to take action on the documentary people if they paint you too hard?
Well, see, the thing is, how can you? As a documentary company, they have an obligation to be truthful.
Yeah.
Right.
I showed my truth. I spoke my truth. Everybody here in the house got interviewed. We filmed. We spoke our truths.
Oh, so that they actually dug in and got your side of the story as well.
Oh, they came here with 20 people deep, with multiple cameras and rigs and everything, like, hardcore like production. And
yeah, but the question is, they didn't get your side of things regarding the defamation suit because you were surprised that was even in the trailer. That's my concern here, and I'm not sure I'm getting my answers yet.
I have no idea. To say this up front right now, I have no idea why Rosie, Quirky Lover Rose, is in the trailer. She's never been here, never talked to me, other than flirted with me.
Another character that so Quirky Love Rose is someone that we have talked about briefly here, and she's also not been to the house, also not met him in person, but her issues against him is likely some clout related, but she definitely hates this guy, hates the project, and she's very vocal about it, even though they never met.
On Discord in 2020 that I had totally forgotten about. Like, I don't even know who Rosie is. I learned myself very quickly that there's a lot of drama about her because the official trailer posted on YouTube by the production company, ID Discovery, the entire comment section is tearing into what the fuck is Rosie doing here? She has no connection to Pearadise. Rosie apparently is trying to make me look like a feeder house. There's no feeding. Like, we eat dinner, like family. Like, everybody who's watched Pearadise live stream at any point in time might have seen us sitting around the table, and one of the beautiful women dished up a delicious dinner, and we were just sitting eating on camera.
Stefan, can you hold for a minute? So Foxy has...
Yeah, I'm trying to get Foxy's, like, expressions on this. I feel like she's a little... Yeah, she has something to say. Let's see if Keemstar gets it out of her.
Actually been to your house. She's the one with the orange hair and the pink headphones. Foxy, when you went over to the mansion, did it seem like feeding was going on?
I mean, it was always like fast food for sure.
Wait, what year?
2021.
Was Cass here still?
Yes.
Okay, that was season 3. I mean, yeah, fast food. Yes.
Every day, yeah.
But that's fine.
Tacos. Yeah.
But was it an excess?
Yeah, it was definitely an excess. I mean, there was a lot of trips to Heart Attack Grill where the girls would jump on the scale that's outside the restaurant and then go in and
Okay. Say your truth, Foxy.
eat and get spanked.
Stefan, you got turned on about those girls getting on the scale. Did you see it?
What about the scale?
No,
you enjoyed it.
When she mentioned the scale, you lit up. You're like, ooh.
Listen, I'm from Germany. When I came to America and I saw the Heart Attack Grill, I said, that is the definition of America. That's the definition of America. That's the definition of Las Vegas. That's the definition of circus and spectacle and entertainment.
I'd totally become a feeder. I need this arc now. Hey, Toxic Panda. This is really interesting, actually.
We went viral on multiple accounts from multiple people, literally just filming us. When I say us, getting on that scale out there by the Heart Attack.
Yeah, but do you realize why you're going viral? It's a mix of hate and the feeder culture that you are literally feeding into with your content. You have to have at least some self-awareness about that if I'm going to believe you.
It's entertainment.
Yeah, it is entertainment. It is Vegas. I do want to say, by the way, I'm a Vegas local. I literally own a house on Fremont Street, right? I'm right there by the Heart Attack Grill. I heard they closed it down, by the way, which fucking sucks.
They did.
It's awful.
They did.
I do want to say, just so you're aware, because you're freshly coming into our community, we do have, during this week, an interview with someone who is part of the HBO fucking special, right? That's happening on Tuesday, and we have another interview possibly on Thursday. Would you like to come out and have the final word on this whole topic on Friday this week?
Sure. Perfect. I mean, I've always said to anybody and everybody, I have no secrets.
Hey, Siren.
I
Yeah, I mean, your TikTok stream supports you a lot. We want to give you the last word on this whole thing this week because we are running a special on this entire week. So I've heard a lot of the accusations. I've seen a lot of the trailers in the documentary, and it feels like it tries to paint you in a negative light that I don't think you deserve personally.
I mean, I like the only thing I can tell people right now at this point, me sitting here trying to defend myself makes me look stupid.
No.
The best thing I have done in the past, and this is also the videos that I posted on Pearadise.net on my website. There's a whole allegation section because it's not a secret. Piggy made 350 videos about me. They went live with Aunt Karen, which
350 videos about you.
Is another one of those online Me Too movement, cancel culture, vultures or whatever. They put this all out there one-sided with a narrative that was always 2 steps exaggerated. This happened and we make it look like this. I'm not a saint. I'm not sitting here, I'm saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying
Yeah, I'm really going to need some self-awareness from this guy though. Because if he's celebrating big girls, he's celebrating going to the Heart Attack Grill, whatever that is, I can't see that being a healthy thing. I'm gonna need some self-awareness from him because he should at least know that he's not promoting a healthy lifestyle, Yo, sign with the 10 gifted memberships! You know what that means? You're gonna be adding to the timer with that. I'm so excited, thank you. Yo, a bunch of people got... Toxic Panda also got a membership. Look at that. Thank you so much, Siren. We started the stream with 10 minutes, 11 minutes on the timer. And we actually reached 0 before we got a donation to get us back up. I was about to say goodnight. No more show for you guys. So I appreciate this so much. Thank you.
I didn't make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes.
And we might actually, if there's not more to dig in with Pearadise at the moment, we might actually dive into the whole DSP thing tomorrow. That I'm really excited about that.
What mistakes have you made in reference to Pearadise?
I didn't vet people enough to come before inviting them to the house.
Okay. But what mistakes other than that? I mean, obviously, right? But other than that, what mistakes? Was there any time where maybe you misread a situation?
I mean, anybody can misread a situation, of course. But I think the most drastic things that happened to me is I've said things out of anger, like reactive abuse. I got called all the names under the sky. I said you should die. You should get deported. You should take your kids taken away from you. All blah 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 blah. And then eventually I snapped.
Big bricks and mini figs going? What even is that? What are those terms, Captain Shotgun? Help me. What is that?
And I responded and I said, you know what? Maybe you should experience what it really is, what they're trying to make it out to be. I still, to this day, feel like, sadly, in today's community, in today's society, the word SA is too wide of a spectrum. You would never catch me walking into a grocery store, a bar, any event or whatever, and just grabbing and touching somebody anywhere, other than maybe a shoulder to alert them to something, right?
Now, when you're at the parties, right? I've heard stories of you're walking by, you grab a girl's stomach,
somebody that I know, a friend.
Well, that's what Foxy claimed that you did to her. When you went by, you grabbed her stomach.
Okay, this is getting interesting.
Yes.
Remember that. I mean, there's also times, 2021, you need to tell me what time frame you were here, 2021 when?
May and June.
That doesn't really make sense because they came out with their stuff. They came out with their stuff in June, and literally from the first time.
Huh? I'll show you a TikTok and you'll remember me. How about that?
Oh yeah.
Yes, please. I want to see that.
Were all these allegations finally dying down since the lawsuit happened years ago? And do you feel like
Yo, are we gonna see Foxy Mama fat? I can't wait for this because that must have been one hell of a transformation.
All of this is being brought up again with this documentary?
It's kind of obviously the documentary. Hold on.
Yeah, just click on that watch stream. And you'll be
Oh,
able
I'm
to see her
excited for
evidence.
this.
Into the thick of it.
Oh my god, yeah.
That's her.
That's
Yep.
her.
That's me.
Wow,
Long time ago.
Foxy.
Yes, very
Oh,
long
I
time.
have video.
Yo,
See the
she turned
documentary?
that off so quickly. Give me a second here, Foxy.
Hold on.
Yeah, just click on that watch stream. And you'll be able to see her evidence.
Into the thick of it.
Whoa. What a transformation, girl. Good job. Look at all the weight she's lost. This was 2021. Quite the journey.
Oh my god, yeah.
That's her.
Yep. That's me.
Long time ago.
Yes, very
Oh,
long
I
time.
have video. Yeah. I mean, that was
Does it
like
break your heart? Does it break your heart that she's skinny now?
no, absolutely not. I just said on my TikTok earlier, like she looks fabulous.
Well, but you're not into skinny girls, right? You like big girls.
Hey, wait. I can still appreciate somebody that looks pretty, or like, you know.
Yeah, and I would also hope that he would want people to be healthy. This is what I'm struggling with feeders, right? With feeders and people who like big girls. Yes, of course you can enjoy someone who's curvy, but I'm struggling with the health side of things. Like, you should want people to be healthy. You should want people to be happy. You should want people to feel comfortable going outside, meeting other people, not being judged all the time. You should want people to feel comfortable in their bodies. And a lot of people who are bigger don't feel that. And I understand the whole body positivity and being comfortable and offering a safe space for people to be amongst other bigger people and feel comfortable in their bodies. I get that. But a lot of these girls are so big. It is a health issue. It is a concern. And I'm still not seeing that from him. I'm still not seeing that from him. And that is concerning to me. If I don't see that at all within this whole week that they covered Pearadise, then I'm not sure. Even if a lot of the allegations are not true, what he's doing is not a good thing. I'm sorry. If there's no self-awareness about the health concerns, I can't see it as a positive thing.
No,
True.
I can still say, you know, I've never shamed anybody. I've never sat here and said, "Oh, yeah, skinny girls are not it."
But let's
My
get
own
to the root of this. Let's get to the root of this. Where does this preference come from? Where you like the 300, 400, 500-pound women? Where does that come from?
Honestly,
It ain't unhealthy yet, but it's something that's always taken into consideration. It's always done knowing risk on both ends. Captain Shotgun, you say that, and maybe you feel that way, but you don't know if Pearadise is like that, right? Because we have definitely seen some concerning evidence of things that are going on there. So I am all in when it comes to body positivity and appreciating big women, but I do need to see the self-awareness regarding the health concerns. Because there are so many health concerns with being bigger that cannot be denied.
I wish I could tell you, and sometimes I wish I could turn the fuck off, because it's caused me nothing but like grief and hate and bullying in my life. You know, I don't know. I was born with it. I've never dated a skinny girl.
Well, if you're the man out there that seeks multiple women, that comes with problems.
Not only
I agree with that. You know, you guys, I'm not the biggest Keemstar fan, but there is a difference between wanting to date a big woman and being in a monogamous relationship, and then there's something else, which is bringing all these women into your home and promising a safe space, and then getting turned on by all of these women that are there in their bikinis, going to the pool. Like that is a very dangerous premise, okay? And you can say that you're not a monogamous kind of guy, but all these women are not coming to your home to be groped, right? And if it is that they're coming to get groped, then that should be very clear. And I believe that it is not, right? And that's where it starts being suspicious and dangerous.
no. Like my first girlfriend was like, I don't know, maybe 350 or whatever in Germany, and it was just one. It was a monogamous relationship, and I got plenty of hate.
AC the guy.
Like you have no idea as a male, as a guy, the level of hate you get for dating a big girl. You get publicly shamed. You get pointed at. You get pictures taken of you. You get comments made and all sorts of stuff. Like I had to stand up to my own parents eventually and move out of my parents' house because my mom was not like giving me piece of, like my first person was like chunky.
Your mom was not dealing with the fact that you liked a big woman.
She was always trying to convince them to go on a diet or whatever, and I'm like,
yeah. Why do you think that is?
No, I'm not encouraging anybody to eat and get fatter. I'm not encouraging anybody to get.
Are you sure about that? Because Foxy did mention the fact that it's fast food every single day, and that's not healthy for a skinny person or a fat person. But for a fat person, that is even more concerning because they already have so many bad things going on in their bodies. And if you keep introducing all those bad habits, that person's gonna have a heart attack eventually. Like,
skinnier. I'm encouraging people to be fucking happy. If you need to be skinnier to be happy, you get the fuck skinnier.
True. I think we figured it out. The parents, I think we figured it out. The parents said, no fat girls for you. And you were like, I'll show them. I'm going to be this crazy inventor. I'm going to be set for fucking life. I'm getting.
Imagine thinking that your mom is wrong because she wants someone to go on a diet. Like if that is the relationship that you have with your parents, and you cannot have a logical discussion about why you like bigger people, and they're like, oh, but they should go on a diet because it's healthier for them, and you can't get along, you can't get to a point where you can get along and agree on something, that is concerning. It's still, to this minute, I'm not hearing him say that our health concerns with being bigger. I have not seen him see that, have that self-awareness.
A mansion in Vegas, and I am filling it with hogs. Like,
the
I'm
whole
gonna
story,
have so many women.
You're gonna laugh too, honestly. The whole story with the mansion is funny too.
So you've obviously had, like, you've been attracted to bigger women your entire life, right?
Yes.
So what inspired you to like create this like community and like go public with it and like create content around it?
Okay, I came to the US in 2004. I got into a monogamous relationship, but I went to the first BBW bash in 2006 at the the Vegas bash, the BBW Network's BBW Vegas bash, 1,000 people at Stardust, and I was hooked. I was like, cool, there's an actual community, like, body positivity, people like just hyping each other up and like liking whatever. So I went from 2006 on, I went to every single bash, and those bashes are big plus size conventions.
Can you just give me a minute? I did not even know that there was a BBW.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
I didn't know that existed.
I was there, Keem.
Listen, there are furry conventions, there are Star Wars conventions.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I didn't know about that one specifically. Being surprised is right.
There's a BBW, there's a plus size convention. Why not? There's a bear convention, like, big guys.
Stefan, the minute I went to that BBU convention, I was hooked. I needed that in my life.
Actually, I was hooked in 1999. I went.
Exactly. The things that we think make us happy aren't always good for us, like overeating. Exactly. And some self-awareness can go a long way in that scenario, right? If you are a bigger person and you're trying to stay healthy, but don't necessarily want to lose weight, dude, holy crap. I mean, go for it, right? There are ways to stay healthy while being bigger, depending on the size, obviously, because it can get really bad at some point, right? Because there's mobility issues. There's like your whole life is restricted when you're really, really big, right? But holy crap, if you are a little bit bigger and you're fine with that and you're happy and you like yourself, you love yourself and you want to stay healthy, yeah, it's not going to be with fast food every day though. You're going to make these choices where sometimes you eat something that is not very good for you, but then you also make sure to balance it out with a healthy meal, There's ways to do that.
Round trip of the US, a big road trip from New York to LA to New Orleans to Disney, everything in between, and Vegas. And I fell in love with the US or the culture in New Orleans in '99, walking the streets of Bourbon Street. And there was big girls, skinny girls, tall girls, short girls, black girls, white girls, and couples, of course. And the scene that is burned in my memory, there was this couple sitting on the benches on Jackson Square overlooking the Mississippi River, and the girl was big. And I'm telling you, 500 pounds big or whatever. And the guy was skinny like me, and he had his arm around her, and they were just cuddling and looking at the river. And they were having such a good time, and nobody cared. Nobody bullying them. There was a bunch of people. Nobody gave a fuck. It was just a wholesome scene. And I was like, I want to be that guy. I want to be that guy one day. Like, I want to be sitting here on the benches, looking at the Mississippi with a big girlfriend.
You were judged in your homeland for dating a big woman. Your parents said no. America's the place where everyone's fat. And
not everybody, but New Orleans really did it.
And this is the place where you're not going to be judged the same. Yes, there's still some judgment, but it's just not going to be the same. And then you take it a step further and you do the BBW Playboy Mansion, known as Pearadise.
That fell in my lap, kind of. So in 2004, 5, 6, 7. I was in a monogamous relationship. Like,
Yeah.
you know, eventually the relationship for different reasons didn't work out. She was actually a big girl. Don't get me wrong. Pretty big girl. Very beautiful. But like, you know, we had to move to LA for my business, and she was from Kansas, and, you know, disconnecting from my family, and like, it just didn't work. She moved back to Kansas. We stayed friends. Then I got into an open marriage with somebody that
You know what? I mean, I don't toot my horn too often, but I have an interesting perspective on this, right? Because I am in Europe, so I know that about the culture difference within the US and Europe in terms of bigger people. I've also struggled with my weight most of my life, so I know what it's like to be on both ends, sort of. Man, I wanna talk to this guy. I wish I could talk to this guy.
that I met at the bash in 2000.
No one is actually giving him crap yet about the fact that being so big can come with health concerns. I really hope that they address that eventually. If not on this episode, then the one that he comes back on.
At the BBW bash, I met somebody, got into a relationship, then got married for 5 years, and that didn't work out for other reasons.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to get into that here. So it was a gruesome divorce, very bad. And then I met somebody else at another bash. And so bash to bash to bash, I was always like, you know, I like this community. And then I have a really good friend from Canada. Her name is Rita. And she used to run a bash in Canada, you know, at Niagara Falls. She rented out the entire hotel, and it was the most wholesome bash. Like, you know, room decoration parties, you know, all sorts of stuff, like room decoration contest. I won twice. And I was like, you know, this community feel is it. I like that. I like bringing, like, I like seeing people together, hyping each other up, friendships evolving, and all that kind of stuff. And in 2018, that relationship that I was in kind of like dissolved, and I ended up by myself in this house, which I had bought during the housing crisis in Vegas when everything was dirt cheap.
Yeah.
So I got lucky, and I bought this thing as a fixer-upper. Like, you know, if I could ever show you the before and after pictures, you're actually gonna laugh. Like, you know,
Dirt cheap in Vegas?
this was upper, like, you know, in the housing crisis in Vegas when everything was dirt cheap.
Yeah.
So I got lucky.
There was
And
a housing crisis in Vegas and everything was dirt cheap? Okay, I didn't know about that. Damn, quite the opportunity.
Bought this thing as a fixer-upper. Like, you know, if I could ever show you the before and after pictures, you're actually gonna laugh. Like, you know, this was a dumb.
Stefan,
I think-
as a Vegas local, because I don't want to expose myself too much. Was this was this Breeze pop up, or was this like the Excellence Plus bashes?
No, I used to go to BBW Network. That was the original,
Okay,
which
yep.
eventually turned into the original. I don't know the details, so I can't spill tea. But
Yeah,
the
yeah.
original.
I mean, if he's dated these big women, I know they must have told him about the problems they have. 100%, the heavy breathing, bad joints, heart problems, diabetes. There's no way he doesn't know it. Exactly. And it's not being addressed. And that's annoying me.
Organizers kind of fell apart. Then Bree Brown took over,
Yep.
and she hosted it at the Plaza a couple of times. And then I don't know what.
It's like having a kink for people in a wheelchair, or having a kink for other things that are extremely limiting and bad for your health. Like it's there is a shame aspect of it that is justified, and I want that to be addressed.
Exactly what happened. Eventually, Stu started hosting Excellence Plus, and I went to that one, and then I went.
There is a reason why people are giving him a hard time for what he likes. You know, there's a reason, and it's justified, and it's not just a bunch of haters or justice warriors. Like, there's a reason, and a very good one.
To Breeze, like, then Bree started hers back up at the Tuscany, and I went to that one. Then, based on the allegations, without any proper cause, I got banned from Excellence Plus. So I have nothing nice to say about Stu and Excellence Plus at this point, because the women who are witch hunting me, who are trying to burn me at the stake, they support Stu. And Stu has very loud, very, very well-known allegations.
Was
against
Stu
him.
running this at the Plaza? Is that back in the day?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. I understand.
And Stu has massive allegations with documented
Yes.
allegations against him, and the ladies
Keemstar's getting annoyed because he's lost control over the interview. Calm down, buddy.
happily party with him. He's fine to run a bash where they can party with him, but I need to be burned at the stake. So there's a little bit of a double standard. It's not like, okay, we need to save all of womankind for.
Again, that's why it's being labeled as body positivity is a problem. Like, it needs to be relabeled, and he needs to be more open for sure.
These dangerous men, but
like one of the things that I would say is like super important if he's having a mansion with a bunch of big people in it that maybe live there or are there constantly. Like, why not bring on board a nutritionist? You know, I'm sure there's got to be nutritionists out there that are somewhat supportive of a bigger lifestyle, if that makes sense. Like, there's not going to be all nutritionists out there that are saying you have to be skinny to be healthy, right? There's got to be nutritionists out there that realize that you can be bigger and be healthy. but like bring someone like that on board. Like, make it look a little bit better than what you're doing. There's got to be a health aspect to what you're doing. Otherwise, you're always going to be in trouble.
We're only picking one. We're only picking on one. The other one is fine to party with because he provides a nice, fun BBW bash where we can advertise our corn farmer income and we can get clients and we can make money and we can basically we can exist unbothered because I'm not allowed to come.
Yeah.
Okay. What I'm hearing from you is that this is all innocent. You're just a guy that likes the BBW.
All the body positive people change their mind with Ozempic and GLP. It's a whole culture change with the GLP ones. It's a whole culture change. The only issue I think right now regarding Ozempic and GLP ones is the price and the availability, because that is literally making so that the world doesn't have to be fat anymore. So yeah, it's a whole ass culture change, especially in the US, where it is more accepted to be bigger than in Europe.
All right. And you were very successful. You can afford to throw some parties and fill the house with BBWs. You're completely innocent of any wrongdoing whatsoever. These people are slandering you, ruining your name. They're taking your wholesome moment where you do nothing wrong, and they're corrupting it into a crime, and it is not fair to you. But what are you guilty of other than like trusting people you shouldn't trust? Like, where?
Yeah, it would be nice to see some sort of accountability on his end, because there's no way, right?
Where are your mistakes?
I know. I was literally trying to tell you, like, no, don't, the way that you said it right now, I don't feel like that. No, I'm not sitting here saying I'm innocent.
Okay.
I fucked up, you know. If, like, you know, oh God, what's Foxy? If I did touch Foxy inappropriately, like, I am so fucking sorry for that. It wasn't a thing that, like, you know, oh, like, I just needed to grab everybody. Like, you know, it wasn't meant to be sexual in a way. And you know the things that happened with the
sexual in a way.
Women too, like the lawsuit women, like the only two that had a valid voice in this. They came here to my house after extensively flirting with me, sending me nudity, sending me loaded text, making plans to FUCK, making plans for all sorts of orgy stuff or whatever, sending me spread eagle content, right? In the text messages leading up to their visit to my house.
This has to be addressed as well. Like, if these women went to the house and sent a bunch of nudes and flirty messages, like, and then not expect to be, I don't know. Of course there's a difference, right? You can be flirty and you can send certain things, and then on the spot, you might not want certain touchings and proximities and whatever, and that's fine. You just make sure to be, I don't know.
When they came to my house, the entire group, all 6 of us,
he is leaving something out, because he literally has someone on panel that was touched inappropriately. Probably she hasn't sent nudes previously or flirted with the guy before getting to the house, and still she was touched inappropriately. So there's definitely something happening here.
Participated in a group activity.
Yeah. I like how your model, well, he's like the main person being interviewed, so I want to make sure not to be covering him. But yeah, you're right. I'm like, ugh, get away from me.
Consisted of a booty tap, you know, walking past somebody, smacking their butt and saying something, right? And that's documented in the videos that I have.
That's totally fair. I mean, just so you know, Keemstar has had, some moments himself. We got a $20 donor that wanted to let you know, Stefano, don't let Keemstar fool you. He loves BBWs too. Last month, a 600-pound woman broke his heart publicly. So, it happens to all of us, right? Keemstar's also, he's made music around fat women in summer.
They're joking.
Right? He also loves fat women.
They're joking.
And there's nothing
wrong with it.
Either way, nothing wrong with it.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the problem that I see, the mission that I had originally to come on TikTok and make a Discord and all that kind of stuff, what I hate, what I absolutely don't like seeing is, why do people get pissed when a plus size person just exists?
Exactly.
Oh my God. Again, the health concerns. Because yes, I know what you're saying in terms of like people judging people who are bigger, right? I get that. I get that people have like these ideals of what a woman should look like, and that's not, that sort of hate is unjustified to me. Like, let people live, right? But there are aspects that are actually justified, and this needs to be addressed, the fact of the health concern.
Like, what makes a plus size person so unacceptable that you have to bully them, not even knowing them? Like, Rissa literally just got
He's lacking some really serious self-awareness.
bullied the other day at the grocery store. Somebody recorded her in her face, phone in her face, and saying, "You are the problem with America." Like,
I wouldn't go. I wouldn't be rude like that, but I'm like a tad fat phobic, right?
You were
know,
very
like,
fat phobic.
all my friends that are fat, like I try to get them healthy and I want them to lose weight. And we actually run a program called Fat Camp. It's 2 weeks down in Texas, and I have all the people that are heavy, working out and dieting.
Now, is Keemstar actually going to address the health concerns? Because it looks like he's heading that way.
And stuff. So I kind of run like an opposite event where we celebrate losing weight. But yeah, you don't have to be rude. Like the fact
celebrate losing weight. Oh, so he didn't even address it. You didn't address that at all.
when you're telling me someone recorded her in the fucking store and was rude to her like that and said you're the problem with America, no, that's crossing the line. That's extreme bullying. Yeah.
And your mission, what you're doing, is absolutely valid and absolutely needed because there are people that are going to want to do that.
Yep.
Because like I said, my stance on this is like, if I meet somebody, I asked, like, during a conversation, I might ask them, hey, what makes you happy? Because
listen, the one thing that I can compare to that comes to mind at the moment is smoking, right? I have a big problem with smokers, and I would not want to have a partner that smokes. Specifically nicotine. I think that's very bad for their health. Will they... Oh, man. Saying that they just want someone to be happy, it only goes so far. Because that person can develop cancer in their lungs for smoking nicotine for so many years. Are they going to be happy when they have cancer? Like, how far does it go? When a person is so happy eating and you just want to see them happy and so you give them food, but at some point they're so big they can't leave their room anymore, are they still happy? Are they still gonna be happy then? Like, come on now. There has to be some self-awareness.
At the end of the day, our life...
It can only go so far if you're making really unhealthy habits. In order to be that big, it's going to have consequences. And at some point, they're no longer going to be happy. Or are they just happy living up to 35 and then dying? If that's the case.
This earth is nothing but a dash between the two dates. If you want to be fat, but you're happy as fuck, be happy.
Yeah, but they're not going to live as long as someone who isn't that fat. And are they aware of that, or do they just want the instant gratification of food at the time because they have, mental health issues? They have a really bad relationship with food.
I would not try to force you into anything. I'm going to educate you. I'm going to tell you.
Are you going to educate them? That's exactly what I want to know. Are you educating them on the consequences of eating the way that they are? I really doubt that. I really doubt that you are. Because that would be great if you offered a safe space and body positivity mansion for fat people, and then also told me or told them that, there is another way to live life. You are making some unhealthy choices. Or do you realize that? No, nobody wants to hear that. If they're going to a body positivity safe space, they're not going to want to hear about how much healthier they could be if they lost some weight. They're not going to want to hear that. And you're not going to be the one telling them that. Let's be honest here.
Or whatever, mobility
Do you currently have a girlfriend?
No, I'm currently single.
Okay, let's say you had a girlfriend, which then ended up to be your wife. And we all know what she looks like. She a BBW, right? Or BWW, whatever it's called.
BBW,
right?
Yeah, a big girl.
She's a big girl. And
okay, Keemstar is about to address the health concerns. He is about to, right? That's where it sounds like he's heading.
And she decides, okay, look, I can't do this anymore. I need to lose the weight. Maybe she gets the surgery with a staple of the stomach or whatever, and she loses a bunch of weight and gets in shape. Would you leave her? Do you think there's a possibility that the relationship would end because she got skinny?
Pretty unlikely, because if I'm in love with somebody, I want that person to be happy and healthy no matter what. My preference is a preference, and I'm also like, I'm very open-minded. Open relationship, poly relationship. I don't know if any of this is anything.
Yeah, but you got to be somewhat attracted. My beautiful fiance is like 15 pounds or whatever.
Yeah, and if she were to gain a lot of weight, you wouldn't be with her anymore. Is what you're saying, right?
If she like 300 pounds, I would probably something would be wrong. I'd be like, I might fall out of love or something. I don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't want people to villainize others for physically diminished attraction. It happens the other way around too. You know, how many girls are out there watching right now that had a boyfriend they met and the boyfriend was like, dad bod, maybe then they turned into a gamer and they just sit there all day like gaming and eating, and all of a sudden the boyfriend blows up and turns into like a big guy, which we call a BHM, big handsome man. But it happens. And like, would you villainize the girl now for saying like, you know what, like, I met you at this weight or this size or whatever, and now that you blew the hell up, I can't help it. But
if I let myself go and I become like a fat bastard, right?
Like me. Yeah.
I expect.
Okay, it's a bad example. Okay, a bad example because I made it sound like they let themselves go and were just eating and being lazy. How about they have a thyroid problem, or the other way around? Like, I have a friend. I have a really, really good, very, very beautiful friend in Washington State. She at some time weighed over 700 pounds, and she could not do nothing about it. She had to go through radiation therapy and all sorts of stuff because she had a thyroid issue. And I hate this fucking debate where people say, oh yeah, obesity is a choice. Sometimes it's not.
A 700-pound woman got to that size due to her thyroid problems. I don't know about that, okay? Give me 1 second. How much exactly is 700 pounds? How much? 317 kilos. Listen. Can we be real? She did not get to that size because of a thyroid problem, okay? Maybe she had a thyroid problem, but that's not how she got to 700 pounds. She got there by overeating, okay? All right?
In mathematics and physics and whatever, if there's one example that can negate the statement is invalid. Like, you cannot say all fat people are lazy or all fat people have a choice, because if at least one person doesn't have a choice and it's a medical condition, your statement now is overreaching and shouldn't be made.
I don't know if that's true. I think even if you have a thyroid issue, if you're less calories in, then
she turned vegan. She turned vegan and she ate. I visited her for a while, and like she ate portions that I would have like fallen off the bone. And
well, it also
I believe her.
Depends what you're eating, though, right? If she's eating bread, she's eating just straight carbs.
Yeah, and there's a certain amount of calories you have to intake to be like 600 plus pounds.
It's forever going to be a debate where decent, respectful people will eventually come to a point where you might just have to agree to disagree, just like politics and religion, but stop attacking each other. Like, basically just say, I accept.
I agree with that, but I also think there's a good chance that she may have been lying to you, right? Like,
a very low chance, though.
Well, the reason why is because it's an addiction, right?
Yeah.
And people lie about their addictions, whether it's alcohol, food, drugs.
Yeah, the thyroid issue might not have helped. Absolutely not. But being 700 pounds, it's not going to be because of a thyroid problem by itself, okay? That is just living a lie.
Whatever, they lie, gambling, they'll be like, I just won. They'll never tell you about their losses when they're out gambling. That's the problem with addictions, is people just lie about it. Like one of our hosts, ALR, that was up here, I mean, she was trying to convince everyone that she ate like well under 200,000 or 2,000 calories.
Yeah, she would say it was 2,000 calories. Are you familiar, Stefan, with who Amberlynn Reed is?
Vaguely, because people in my TikTok chat, sometimes bring her up. I've seen that there was a controversy, but then again, as a respectful human being, I don't judge somebody that I haven't met, that I haven't really educated myself, and I know there's a lot of controversy and a lot of drama and a lot of negativity about her out there. Yeah. But I have learned too that I don't judge somebody just by a one-sided story. I've heard the name, okay?
Yeah.
And
I did see that Emily was in your chat last night, and you got pretty excited about it when she was in your chat.
Do you remember Emily? Was she
girlfriend?
Was she? Huh?
Amberlynn Reed's girlfriend.
Yeah, Emily.
Is Emily Emmerlyn Reed's girlfriend?
Yeah.
Like Emily.
Well, she was. They broke up recently.
Emily's the one that dated the very, very heavy.
Is that a lie? Because you said he talked to Amber before, or was his interview before that? Oh, it might. This is the first day on Bus that they did the Pearadise episode, so I'm not sure about that.
The woman that died.
What was her name, Foxy?
I don't remember. You probably know Fupa.
Currently, they're talking about different Emilys, but they'll get to that conclusion eventually.
Colleen.
So hold hold on, really quick, so I don't have a mess up here. You're talking about Emily with the vessel tattoo on her neck, right?
No,
No.
this is a two different
Uh,
Emily.
this Emily is relatively skinny, and she only dates large women.
She's been accused of being a death feeder.
Yeah. I don't know if you're familiar.
I've been accused of that. Is there any proof of it?
Well,
But-
Emily's last partner, publicly online, did pass away from complications to her size. How big was she, Fupa? Do you remember how big Emily's ex was?
Like 700.
Yeah, and they made some content online about her eating food sexually. You know, it was quite the controversy online. And now she's dating Amberlynn Reed. Well, they recently broke up this past like couple days. But I guess she was in your chat, and people are saying that you were excited to see her there. Do you remember her at all?
I think her name is Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
wait.
then.
I think that I might have mixed up some Emilys because I have a friend Emily that was actually here at the house.
Okay.
With the tattoo, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it might have been a confusion. I don't want to put that blame on you. But
No,
yeah, she
like,
had some controversy.
I only know one Emily.
Yeah.
And what I've always said, and I still completely stand by that, is like, if people come in the chat on my TikTok with the intent to start drama or to perpetuate drama or to gossip and say like negative things about other people, I don't take to it. Like I don't do it. The only time that I've ever spoken negative on TikTok about anybody is if it was me defending myself. I never go out there attack.
Yeah.
I always defend.
Okay, Stefan, we're gonna have to cut it a little short because basically at this point we got your side. You know, you're saying that you're innocent of a lot of this stuff, of pretty much all of it. I do want to pass over a couple questions to Foxy, and then we're gonna let you go because we're gonna have you back on because we're gonna do an interview with one of these people that are making the allegations against you, and that would be a good way for you to come back and follow up on some of the stuff they said.
Can you tell me who it is that you're gonna interview?
We can give one name, right, Foxy?
Nobody knows yet.
Oh, okay.
We might have to
Is it
confirm.
people involved in the lawsuit?
No, I do not want to. I don't want to give that name until tomorrow, until that person is able to be on here, because I don't want there to be like any intimidating happening.
Yeah.
Or
Oh no, I'm like, I would be the last person to intimidate anybody.
Well, maybe not you, but like a third party. It's better to just kind of like, let it
that's what I'm
happen, and then after it happens, then we'll come on. Go ahead, Foxy.
And
Foxy's actually surprising me right now because I have not had anything about her that was calling to me like, oh, what a great host, what a great personality, what a great content creator. But okay, she's actually stepping up right now. She seems to be the one getting these connections and getting them on screen and talking about important things. So I'll definitely give her credit for that.
I still wanted to tell you this really quick.
Yeah.
Of course. Also, she lost all that weight, so I'm definitely impressed by that as well.
With your statement, you're saying like, I'm not sitting here saying I'm innocent. I'm not sitting here. I never did anything. I am the only thing that I'm saying, and I want that to be heard very loud and clear. If anybody would have ever had a problem with me, I've always had open ears. If anybody would have ever felt a certain way about something that I did, something that I said, or whatever, you can literally sit here, or we can go outside, or we can go in the fucking smush room where there's no camera, right? Like if you don't want to be recorded, absolutely no problem. Like I've always told people, I have two open ears. I'm very like constructive criticism any day. If anybody would have came to me and said like, what, honestly, which actually happened in this case too. Before the lawsuit, like there was a small period of time after they suddenly started talking negative about me on the internet, before Piggy came out with her SA allegations, there was a whole phase of going on Discord, on video chats, and me apologizing and saying like, oh my God, like I didn't know that you felt uncomfortable. You could have told me, like I would have immediately. And actually the way it is, this one girl, Savvy, there was an incident. We were all slapping each other's butts, we were all goofing around. And at some point she turned to me only and said, hey, Stefan, would you please not do this anymore? And I said, oh my God, absolutely. I'm so sorry. Like, I had no idea.
Yeah.
And from that day on, from that second on, I did not lay a finger on that girl.
Yeah, we appreciate this, Stefan. Just so you're aware, the interview is happening tomorrow with one of the ladies. We have another one possibly on Thursday. If you want to
Yeah, can we hear Foxy, please?
come on Friday's show, it is 5 p.m. your time in Vegas.
Pretty
The same thing.
Could you is anybody able to do me like a huge favor, because this is all like so much for me right now? Can anybody can anybody send me as a DM on here
Discord?
like the
Yeah,
schedule?
I got you.
Schedule?
Go
who's,
ahead,
like,
Foxy. Go ahead, Foxy.
I was gonna ask, what did end up happening with the lawsuit?
I can tell you. In Nevada, the state of Nevada has a very specific law that prevents a public figure and limited person, aka a TikToker, limited person, public figure, to defend yourself against slander and defamation, because it turns the situation around in the way that you, as the person being slandered, you now have the burden of proof.
Right.
And you know how impossible it is to prove that something didn't happen. If I claim, or if you claim that I touched you inappropriately, or like I punched you, whatever, right? And you pull up a video of that happening, positive proof, no questions asked. It is impossible to.
So you couldn't prove that didn't happen.
it didn't go to court. It never went to discovery. So people never got subpoenaed and put under oath on the stand. It ended at the point where I filed all of my paperwork. The opposing side filed all their paperwork, and they lied their asses off in the paperwork. Like I can tell you, Porkchop literally committed like perjury on her paperwork. And the judge just looked at it and said, "This is just an online controversy." They made a statement and said, clearly, the accusation of sexual assault, as defined by NRS, blah 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 blah, blah did not happen. If the women ever were to bring complaint against me in court, it would be certainly dismissed. So SA didn't happen. But in the loosest colloquial sense, SA can mean anything, including a booty tap, and a booty tap happened. So I wasn't able to prove that a booty tap wasn't SA because I wasn't.
It was thrown out because there wasn't actual proof. It was basically he said, she said.
Well, I mean, he was going after them for slander, right? But you couldn't prove that.
Like I wasn't able to prove that she honestly really didn't think or didn't feel that what happened constituted, in the very loosest colloquial, like, Mickey Mouse sense, SA. I would never use SA for that term. Like, if these women would have gone on the internet and they said, I went to Pearadise and, like, we didn't really like it, and we all tapped each other's booties and that was it, but nothing else sexually happened, but we don't like him and we're not going to come back, it would have been no shock factor. Like, nobody would have given a fuck, Okay, then don't come back. Don't go back. You went there voluntarily. You stayed voluntarily. You didn't want to leave. You had a sex dream about him 9 days later, but don't go back. It's fine.
All right. Thank you so much, Stefan. We're going to have you back Friday. We appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for bringing me up.
Yep. Thanks for coming up.
Let's just hear final thoughts, and then we go to the next episode.
All right, there you have it. I didn't want to take it all the way to the end because I wanted a chance to like debrief and talk.
Yeah, smart.
Well, if he's willing to come up, I think now, like, we would have had questions prepared if we would have known that he would be willing to come up. I honestly,
I had questions prepared. I was cooking, but I kept getting interrupted, bro. I was cooking.
I kept getting interrupted. And listen, not a single one of you addressed the health concerns. So I don't want to hear it.
He does talk a lot.
Yeah.
But I think it would be good to, like, after the interviews, we can, like, hear their story, hear their side, and then take questions from there. Because obviously we have questions just about his experience, but I want to know what their experience was.
Yeah.
And there's another person who is kind of on the fence of whether they do or don't want to do this. And I hope this episode has made you be like, yes, I want my story out there. I don't want him the only person to be the one telling my story. So please give yourself a platform over here on YouTube that's way bigger than fucking TikTok.
And you also don't have to come on camera if you don't want to show your face. Like, I think we could work with that, right?
Right.
No, if they're gonna make an allegation, they should show their face. Like, that's the whole point. That anonymous allegation type shit, that don't work on a show. You never want someone to come up and anonymously, say something happened without showing their face, because then it's like, oh, you're probably being fed bullshit then.
Right.
And then it's on you as the person that platformed an anonymous person with that fucking claim.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, no, they got to show their face. It's their claim. It's not your claim, Fupa. It's theirs.
Yeah, but like, they may not want to be harassed, and like, they may feel uncomfortable.
No. I mean, the people know who they are.
Bro, if you're making a serious claim against someone like SA or R word, all right.
All right. This was their second episode. And they bring on this girl right here. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they're probably going to introduce her if they're doing a good job. But this is the girl that other girls went to for help against Stefan.
That's okay. So those messages, do you know if they came before or after?
Take a breather and the show must go on. Foxy, you rock. Good vibes only, heart suit emoji.
Is it really so hard not to eat on stream? I don't understand it myself. I mean, it's happened to me like maybe once or twice in like many years of doing this, where I had to rush to start the stream and I forgot to eat, and I need that energy to talk and entertain, right? But it's like, come on, just schedule your day around the stream and make sure that you eat before.
Thank you, Raven. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, so guys, I'm going to go ahead and show you a couple TikToks from Piggy that originally went viral that really took this story to the next level back when it started popping off in 2021. Okay, here we go.
had a 16-year-old hit me up on TikTok and literally tell me that my content was the reason that she put on a bikini and made a TikTok swimming in a lake. There is nothing wrong with communicating with a 16-year-old and
no 49-year-old should have any contact with a woman underage, especially when this is the fourth woman to come forward regarding inappropriate messages that he has sent them knowing they were under 18.
Why is a 17-year-old putting herself in that position? I don't know, ask her.
Try again.
She was making very lightly dressed TikToks, and when she came on the Discord, she posted like very lightly dressed, very sexual content.
Why is it so hard for men to understand that what women do with their bodies does not give men leeway to do anything?
I might.
Are these the messages? They unbanned me once after doing that. Sorry you have to deal with haters. I don't know why they hate. They're just jealous I'm pretty and they aren't. Oh girl, you are cute. Don't ever let shit like this dim your light. Stay confident and awesome. Also, just out of curiosity, may I be so nosy and ask how tall you are and how big? Hope that question doesn't offend you. I'm 6'1" and about 205. Okay, so listen. This question is inappropriate. That should not have been asked. 100%. I don't have an issue with him even saying that a girl is beautiful, like even if they are underage. I don't think people should panic over that. Now, making questions like that, which can easily be you trying to feed into your kinks, that's definitely inappropriate to do with an underage girl.
Hang on.
Your other vid showed up on my For You page, the one where you're showing your hips. Okay.
I want to pause on this screenshot really quick because this is the girl DMing him, right? So this is him responding to her. Oh, girl, you are cute. Don't ever let shit like this dim your light. Stay confident and awesome. Also, just out of total curiosity, haha, may I just be so nosy and ask how tall you are and how big? Hope that question doesn't offend you. I'm 6'1" and about 205. Your other vid showed up on my FYP, the one where you're showing your hips.
Dude.
And continue.
Have called a 17-year-old cute, but that was in order to hype her up.
Yeah, you did not. That's the thing. He is not telling the full story every single time he gets like asked about these things. He did not just tell a girl that a 17-year-old girl that she was cute. There would not have been an issue if he did. I mean, sure, people still take that to insane places, right? I get that. But personally, me, I don't see that being an issue. The issue for me is that question about how big she is and how tall she is, and starting to sort of like, and then asking her where she's from. Like, keep it simple, you know?
And that might have been a good excuse.
If you're hyping a girl up because she's fat and beautiful and living her life, yeah, sure, absolutely, no problem with that.
If he hadn't focused on her height and weight, which is notoriously known that he has a very specific type, so much that he used to keep it in his bio. Secondly, what does her hips have anything to do with hyping her up?
Might have no choice but to post the whole thing, which is going to show her full name and everything.
And this is exactly how he tries to scare and intimidate women coming forward regarding his predatory behavior. At the end of the day, if he had nothing to hide, then he would have already made a video addressing it. But instead, can you spot the difference? Already made a video addressing it. But instead, can you spot the...
Why is a 40-year-old, listen, I get it. Sometimes if he is in the space of body positivity and celebrating big women, and there happens to be a woman reaching out to say, thank you so much, you've been an inspiration to me, and she's 17, I don't think it's a big issue to respond and say, go, you go, girl, live your best life, right? Now, going into more conversation, asking personal questions, that is where he went wrong. And he isn't clear about those things. Let's see. Okay, thank you. I have to clean, so I have to go again. I'm super sorry. You know, you're a total cutie. I totally respect respectfully flirt with you if you were available for that. But I also absolutely respect your relationship with your boyfriend. Are we still, okay, I don't know. These are different DMs from different people. This is not the 17-year-old, I'm guessing, so I'm really confused. I will if I get a chance to. Okay, thank you. I have to clean, so I have to go. Super sorry. Okay. I don't know what this is.
The difference?
I just
Yeah,
have
so-
a question. Like, he said that this 17-year-old was posting sexual pictures in the
It feels like it's there's context, right? It's not just out of the blue a guy comes up to a 17-year-old and says, "Oh, you're really hot and sexy," whatever, right? There is context. And if this girl reached out to him to say, "You inspire me. Thank you for doing what you're doing." I mean, you know, there's context here.
Discord. Why was that being allowed? I'm assuming this was his Discord, right?
Yes, yeah, it's his Pearadise Discord.
He's not moderating his Discord and doing checks to make sure that there's no minors in there.
What are checks to see that there's no minors there? Like, what is Fupa talking about? Like, I have a Discord that's 18 plus, and it's in the rules, but can you stop someone under 18 from joining the Discord and saying that they're 18? No, because there are no ID checks. Remember when Discord said they were going to start IDing people and everyone was like, "No, please, our privacy." I mean, remember that? Yeah, so there is no actual way to check if everyone's over age. Like, come on. Let's be realistic.
Right. Well, okay, so
he can only do something once he has evidence of the person not being 18. And yeah, it is also your job to ask.
That's the weird part, is that I was under the impression that he did. I don't know if this was before.
I don't know that he's created an environment where he frequently comes into contact with underage people. There is one circumstance, apparently, that he's talked about. And if there was one circumstance that people can point out in a 12 years of having Pearadise, then that's not a lot, is it? There aren't, like, if as far as I can tell so far, there isn't like a whole bunch of evidence of underage girls talking to him. So if we're really seriously talking about one circumstance, I still say that he was wrong with continuing the conversation and asking personal questions. That's definitely suspicious.
Before he started checking IDs, but even when I had to get into the Discord in 2021, okay, I had to show my fucking ID. Like, you were able to like cover your name and shit, but you still had to like show ID in order to get in there. So I don't know how the fuck this person got in there, or if this was before he fucking implemented that shit. But let me go ahead and pull up this other one as well. You caught, motherfucker.
That's like, okay, so those messages, do you know if they came before or after?
I think it depends, right? If you have a Discord that is very adult, that maybe is sharing adult content, then you do have to take it a step further. And maybe you do have to implement showing ID to join a certain community. It's not unheard of. I wouldn't know where to start with that, because that's like really problematic as well. Sharing your ID with strangers online, like,
We're saying that he saw the photos in the Discord.
So we can ask Piggy when she gets here exactly like when that was from, because she is a fucking expert when it comes to all this Pearadise shit. That's why I'm so excited to have her on, because she can answer literally any question we have, any questions you, the chat, have. Like, let me pull up this other one though really quick. Okay.
I really want to see one single person that's been abused here. Like, this is actually an official public challenge.
Okay, challenge accepted. Example 1 of him smacking Savvy's ass, who he sued last year when she spoke out regarding how she felt that was essay, because non-consensual touching does fall under the essay category. And that is footage of Allie, another woman he sued last year when she came out regarding feeling essayed when she was in a mono relationship that he was very well aware of because they met in his Discord, touching her stomach and sliding his hands up her shirt. And when those allegations came out, he admitted that he was too touchy with them.
Okay. No, it's a rampant insurance agent selling people literal shit. I'm waiting for clearance from my lawyer to post surveillance videos and evidence. This is a nasty smear campaign with the only goal to get clout by trying to destroy someone's life. Anyone who has actually met me in person knows I would never, ever go anywhere close to SA. I made 2 girls uncomfortable because I was a bit too touchy-feely after they had sent me nudes and given me the impression that flirting was welcome for one of them, and I had been kissed by the other one, and just in general, we all thought we were super tight and intimate friends and a little friendly. A little friendly, non-sexual banter like casuals or something, a belly rub would be not a problem. Apparently it was, and once I received the proper not wanted signals, I immediately backed off. SA is a very sticky trigger word. It is being grossly abused in this case on the backs of people who have been through gruesome experiences. Not a friendly 2-second belly rub.
But it's not called essay because it's not gruesome enough. And it isn't just essay that he has been accused of. I would say there are good cases for emotional abuse as well. Let's take a look at what he did to Porkchop when she came out with her statement regarding rape accusations. He posted her naked in a TikTok. And here's a screenshot of people calling him out that she was naked and he tried to gaslight us. And that's just 3 examples out of many, including the extreme intimidation tactics he has tried over.
What is that one about being naked on a TikTok? Did he like post something and didn't know that someone was naked in the background? Or what was that?
Accusations. He posted her naked.
He posted her naked on a TikTok. Okay, so there was someone laying there. I think it's like being scratched out. And he posted them. Is this the same evidence video that we saw earlier? And there was someone naked on it?
In a TikTok. And here's a screenshot of people.
You're gonna post that while someone's basically naked. Basically naked. Okay, look, come on, guys. So they're not naked. You expect this to clear your name? She was clearly changing, and you posted it for the world to see. You're just looking more creepy by the second. Okay, listen. I don't know. I can't judge because I'm not seeing it. But like, if someone's changing on camera, yeah, do not share that with the world. It's very insensitive.
People calling him out that she was naked and he tried to gaslight us. And that's just 3 examples out of many, including the extreme intimidation tactics he has tried over the last year to try and silence anyone who speaks out, including doxing, harassing, threatening. At the end of the day, he is not.
I'd like to see those too, please.
A safe or positive place. But I will leave it here. The judge's own statement, who after looking at all the evidence, sided with us and threw out his slap suit.
Yeah, so that is just 2 of her TikToks, guys, of like many reasons why she went fucking viral. She also like shared a bunch of the other girls' TikToks, helping them get their story out, get them heard. And she has kept her fucking foot on his neck all of these years, no matter how many accounts he's lost and came back, she has still fucking been there. And for that,
that's an interesting way to describe that. Kept her foot on his neck.
She gets the W in my book. Okay.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. It's my opinion. Okay. For any of you haters watching.
Has she continued to speak out about this? Like, especially now that there's a documentary coming out, now that he has like tried to sue her?
Yes. Yes, she has.
Good. That's good. I'm glad that.
I think there's more than enough evidence to suggest he's a creep here, but I don't see anything that says he's doing anything illegal. Well, yeah, and that's an important distinction. A documentary, yeah. So this is all around a topic called Pearadise, which is the mansion and safe space that this guy's Stefan has online and offline, right? And there's a documentary coming on 10th of June, so very, very soon, on HBO Max. 3 episodes, I believe, called Big Girls Wanted Escaping Paradise. where Pearadise is the main subject and Stefan as well. But the way that they have titled the docuseries, it's and the trailer that's come out, they do seem to be painting it as a suspicious thing that he's doing.
She didn't let that stop her from doing what she was on a mission to do.
No, there was like a period of time where he kind of like disappeared from TikTok during Essay Awareness Month. Okay.
Oh God.
And this was the awareness that he was trying to bring.
And everything. It's all good.
Okay, let me get this camera on because I did see what Keem said yesterday.
Hi, welcome to Lolcow Bus.
Thank you so much for having me.
We're so happy you're here.
You, much like me, have recently caught some sun.
Yes, I also been running around and I just turned red. I'm very white.
I have that problem.
Same. Relatable.
So yeah, yesterday, we had Stefan on. I think it's good to get both sides of the story.
Oh, totally.
His main argument is, hey, look, the serious stuff I'm being accused of, I'm innocent. Now, may I have made someone feel uncomfortable? Sure, but I didn't know. And if they told me, I backed totally off. Did he lie to us?
In my opinion, 100%. 100%. He lied to you guys about everything. I sent Foxy the exact legal documents too, because what he says in the sense of I think he said yesterday he never saw the judge. Who do you think gave him the judge decision? Some person just walked into the court?
Right.
So he loves to work in this gray area because he'll say in one breath, hey, I never touched anyone. I've never made anyone uncomfortable. Pearadise is a safe and positive place. But then he'll send a text message saying, yeah, I got too touchy. I made 2 girls uncomfortable. But what's a belly rub between some friends?
He also said yesterday that he's not saying he's completely innocent.
Right.
True, and I will give him kudos to that. I think it's really important to note that the girls like Savvy originally said they never would have spoken out if they had thought that who they thought their friend would have just said, you know what? I'm sorry I made you uncomfortable. That was never my intent. I never want to do that, and I will do better. All he needed to do was take accountability, but that is so hard for him.
Yeah, no, I've never seen him outright do it.
He had this one segment last night where I go, so you're innocent of everything? And then he went on this tirade where he's like, yeah, I've told people to go, I don't know, unalive themselves in Minecraft. And he was saying crazy stuff. And I'm like, whoa, wait, what? I was not expecting him to admit that he said crazy, crazy mean stuff. And that kind of, because I wasn't even going down that avenue. I don't know enough about the story that he's been verbally abusive like that. But that is the one thing that he did admit.
Yeah, and I think one of the funny things about him is he will always be my best evidence. I really just need to let him talk because he talks in circles because he has no legit point to stand on.
Mm-hmm.
So when you ask him a question, he's going to take you 10 different locations. One time in his first tell-all live, he said that you couldn't trust Savvy's story because she touched his thermostat.
Woo. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, Piggy is here. Obviously, she has the tea, but we got to start right at the beginning, okay? How the hell did you find out about Stefan, Pearadise, all this stuff? How did you get involved in all this?
So I made an account, kind of like a stage name. That's how Piggy Stardust was created. I was going to join, the trend that was happening at the time of going into OnlyPans and stuff like that. And so I was kind of digging the vibe of TikTok and I saw this guy. Now, when I saw him, he was kind of sad because his first account had got taken down. And being a plus size on TikTok, I was well aware that the algorithm was kind of going after us. Just if I'm wearing a regular spaghetti shirt, that's too much skin, so I must be nude. And so I felt for him. I was like, oh my God, he's down with us. He's our friend and he's getting spam reported. I'm going to join this Discord. I think I had maybe 10,000 followers, nothing much. I made a video saying, hey, let's go show love and support to this guy. And when I got in the Discord, I really started to notice a few things that kind of just made me feel uncomfortable. And they weren't all connected, but they were small enough that it kind of just stuck in my head. So when the next thing happened, oh, go ahead.
Before we get too far into it, what were those first examples of things that gave you the ick that happened in the Discord?
Yeah, one of the first things was that this man is selling himself as a positive place. And yet, every time I was on the Discord, he was sending links of some other person who would dare to question him. And they weren't even saying crazy things. They would just be like, should a skinny male be in the center of a plus-size woman environment? Can he create a safe place? And he would basically take all these TikToks and put it in the Discord for people to spam, report, or attack, or make videos against them. And I was like, wow, people call me names all the time. I've been bullied. I've never felt like I had to like create an army to attack these people. That's suspicious. Good people don't tend to do that to other people.
Well, I can say this, and I think anyone else that have thrown a big event or party can agree, it's almost impossible to have like a safe environment, a safe like party. Like if you get a bunch of people together and they're drinking or they're smoking, it's not safe. It's like you can't sit there and control everyone, right? There is an element of it where you have to protect yourself. Ladies, you have to watch your drinks at all times, wherever the fuck you're at. Guys, watch out. This guy might be trying to grab on your girl or whatever. There might be some asshole that you might need to have to fight. So when people say that they're doing an event and they're like really focused on it being safe, because I do my own events and I'm really focused on that, it is impossible. It's like one of the most impossible tasks ever.
Oh, 100%. I think that there is a sense of logic that you have to have when you go into places. Now, a question I have for you, though, is when you do your events, are you marketing your event to exactly what that event is? Or are you saying, hey, there's going to be drinks over here, 21 and up, but I'm going to make this a family-friendly event?
Yeah, no.
that is exactly what he does. Because, look, I'm an adult. I am totally here to have your fun. Do whatever you think you want to do in adult side of the internet. But when you go to TikTok and you start saying that this adult place is a body positive area and you're now using more mainstream verbiage and you're now catering to an environment that is not adult.
So your criticism is like, hey, this guy is talking about body positivity, family friendly, this and that. When really, he's just trying to have an orgy with the big girls, all right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Really okay.
That's 1,000% racism. Like literally when I went there, that's what I was fed, right? It was like, oh yeah, this is a place to like come hang out and make friends with other women. I got there and didn't realize it was about to be a fucking Diddy party every single night. Okay?
I did not understand that until right now. I thought it was being advertised as a Diddy party. I thought that was the whole point.
That's the biggest issue I've had calling this out, because as we've called him out for the last 5 years, he has gotten better to like make it seem.
That's fair. That's fair. That's a very fair argument. He has to be very clear with what he wants in his house. He shouldn't have to trick anybody into being there.
More adults, but the thing is, at the end of the day, he's still on TikTok selling it as anyone can come. And I might be very sexualized person, but I have a best friend who's not. And it's not fair for me to take her place, even if I don't know what's going to happen. So like for us, our whole thing, the 500 videos I made, was just to get the verbiage out there so that women can make their decision. Because I don't care if you see my stuff and go, I'm still going to go. I would rather you go and make me a liar than you go and me be right.
Yeah. If I would have known what kind of situation I was walking into, I would have never gone in the first place, because like, that's just not my vibe. Not because like, I don't like I have anything against that, but that's just not the kind of environment that I personally want to be in, but I want to make that choice myself.
Right. So, it's good that the information is out there so people can make their own decisions.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing I heard in one of these videos is about a minor that was in the Discord. How does that work? Does he allow under 18 people to be in his Discord?
So during this time, I just want to clarify, there was a lot of messages that we were getting that weren't at the same time that the event was happening, if that makes sense. So like a lot of women were coming out of like the woodworks. My video was not good. My first video was stupid. It ran on, there was no points. There was no reason he should have gotten upset as he did unless he had something to hide. But when that video came out, a lot of women came forward, and there was a trend of where the Discord at first was not 18 plus. Then it became 18 plus because there was another group before me that kind of forced that. Then when that group fell out, it went back to not 18 plus. And then, because what happens is, I don't know if you caught this yesterday, but he said season 3 because he looks at his group of friends as TV seasons. Because they come, he goes dormant, he waits for everyone to kind of forget whatever the drama was, he gets a new woman, they make new friends, and then the cycle continues.
Yeah, they're on season 10 now.
Yeah. And so like it's hard to say exactly what was going on. There's one text message when she was 17 that she very much says, I can't be in the Discord yet because it's 18 plus. And he's like, it's okay. But there's another one where it wasn't 18 plus. So it's a little mix of everything.
Okay, so we have a Discord for the LCU, and we don't do anything sexual. Like, there's no like, you know, but we are all adults and we talk about adult things, right? So we don't want a single person that's like under 18 in our Discord, you know, at all. And we even have rules like no gooning and stuff like that, which is impossible to enforce. But yeah, like that's crazy that, you know, a man is having, you know, the BBW orgies and then having minors allowed in that Discord. That's just fucked.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that they would try to explain to him, like, even if it's not him messaging, right? You're putting them in a dangerous position because you are creating a sexualized environment.
Exactly.
And there were so many women who would say that he reached out to them, but also that men in general would reach out with some inappropriate pictures. And there seemed to be a split between what he was selling on TikTok of this body positive Discord and what almost felt like a funnel to get fat women for people's picking, specifically his picking, because he is top dog in that Discord. It is his Discord. It is his house. It is his decisions. It is your consent that he gets to decide.
Yeah.
Since this got exposed, has there been any newer cases of people under the age of 18 in the Discord?
Not so much under 18 that I've seen. There are speculations that there is a girl that he's hanging out with currently that they think was underage. And I do think he works in a middle gray area that's hard to like hold him accountable. But I think also it happens too often for it to be like just a weird off. But because he's on lives on TikTok, there are a lot of girls who message, oh, I can't join the Discord, I'm 17. And they have said that he reaches out as soon as it's their birthday and adds them or sends them a link to Discord. And to me, that's creepy.
That's crazy. That's like he's got his mark on his calendar, counting down the days.
Okay, the internet would label that as grooming. Stefan, bro, I know you're watching right now. What the fuck?
Oh, he's totally watching. He's totally watching.
Why didn't you tell us that you were doing this yesterday? I would have fucking been very, very hostile towards you. That is grooming. Like sitting there talking to someone, messaging someone, waiting until they turn 18 to then like try to like come over to my house, potentially do something sexual. That is what grooming is. That's grooming.
Right.
Like if you own a Discord, like it's your Discord, you run it, and
there's something very different between saying, oh, you're not 18 yet, well, come back when you're 18, because this is an 18 plus Discord, an 18 plus community. Another thing entirely is marking on your own calendar so that when the person turns 18, you can send them an invite. That is weird and creepy for sure.
There's minors in there, and there are other people in the Discord, and they start sending inappropriate pictures. Wouldn't you be held accountable also, like in a court of law? I mean,
there's a sense of liability, in my opinion. That's kind of why I made the video to begin with. I thought, hey, this is your Discord. You should have some sort of liability here to make sure it's safe.
Yes.
The thing is, I totally forgot what I was going to say. I'm so sorry.
Do you have a screenshot of the rules of his Discord? Are they in the rules?
I have very many screenshots. I have a lot, and I cannot tell you exactly when the rules were because the rules change every time I get involved.
Oh, it would be very interesting to see what the rules of the Discord are.
I can pull it up right now.
Because with every cycle, it changes, and it kind of tweaks just slightly to take in consideration whatever he's in the heat for. But then as soon as that time dwindles away, he just goes back to how he is.
I don't even...
She is also very good at explaining things. She has the vocabulary, she has the flow of conversation. She gets hints from other people. Yeah, she's good at what she does.
I really it's just like one of those topics. It's like yikes.
Okay, so let's go on with the story. You make your first video. You said it was a shitty video. It wasn't even done that well. And then an army of people start attacking you from Pearadise, right?
Yes. And I kind of expected it because I knew how he acted when people went against him. I said my goodbyes to people before I posted my video, knowing that they would have to choose sides.
Hey, Tucker.
What I did not expect was for the women who would reach out in support of what I was saying. Because I also didn't know any allegations. My video focused on the environment of the Discord he was creating because that is the only experience I had and the only thing that I had room to talk on.
Okay.
Right.
That's fair. How many women reach out to you like right away?
So
the first day, the first 24 hours, I had a group of women who reached out, who was part of Savvy, her friends, and Allie, and they had been at the house.
How many
and
women would you say that is?
Savvy, Allie. There was about 4 women who made TikToks like on that day that would have come out with their story specifically.
All right.
And there was another one who came out. She wasn't at the house when it happened, but she came out that same day to show support for them. And she focused more on the mental abuse that she experienced, not so much any physical.
Okay, so let's say 5, right?
Yeah.
Now, since then, because this has been going on for a while, how many more women? I'm trying to get an idea of how many women total have an issue with Stefan in Paradise.
Right, because he gave us a very loose number on the interview that maybe 500 women had passed through his mansion, right?
Paradise.
Are we talking public, or because there's also a lot of women who have reached out to me that I've not shared their stories. I've just listened.
Let's just deal with public, just so we can understand.
I would say over 10.
Over 10 on record. Okay.
Over 10, spanning over decades of their experience.
That's another thing I was going to ask is like these instances has happened like over a period of time on different days, different occasions with different groups of people. So there's obviously a pattern here. This is not a case of like someone being drunk and not being in their right mind, which I'm not excusing that either. That's fucked up as well. But like there's clearly a pattern here.
Oh, 100%. I think one of the things that he had said yesterday that I thought was funny, because he always makes it seem like I am this person who is masterminding, manipulating everyone, and I wish I was that powerful. I would never have to work a day in my life if I was. But the fact of the matter is the majority of the women I stand with today have hated me. They fought against me. They put their own court statements up on his side. I called one of them his handlers because she handled everything. And yet, we stand side by side because it doesn't matter when it's going to happen. We just know that eventually someone's going to come to their senses. They're going to see that he's been using them and they're going to need support. And we've all come together through years. There's a whole other wave of women after we won the lawsuit that had, like I said, fought me, that came out, and now I stood with them while they shared their stories.
When you say use it, I got to push back on that a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I feel there has to be like some sense of like logic, right? That this guy is into large women and large women orgies. Is that like a secret? Or it seems like that's on the surface.
It depends where you look. On TikTok, it's not as prominent.
No.
And it also depends when you look. Today, I would say he's a little bit more forward with it. He was not forward about it at all when this first popped off.
Foxy, why don't you field the next couple questions? The audience really wants you to, be involved more.
Well, okay, so in the VC last night, he had said he's only probably slept with about 10 women throughout the entirety of Pearadise. Would you say you've heard more? Like heard from more women?
Through the period of Pearadise?
Yes.
That's hard to say because I do have a big chunk of people who are, I don't know when he considers Pearadise to begin, I guess, is my concern.
Wait, Stefan, you've had all these women in the mansion. You've only slept with, he's only got 10 bodies?
I don't believe that. Okay, I don't think 10 people is the only thing because I know that I've watched multiple women go to his house. I know that he has a very strict routine. By the way, I'm sorry for your heart attack grill, Stefan, that it closed. I know how much you love to take every single woman there.
Yeah, he does.
But there's no way that that's only 10. There's no way. Because even when I called out that he was dating someone exclusively, he then said he was poly so he could get more women to the house. And you would only say that if you had alternative motives.
Yes.
Yeah. The thing is, there has to be made a distinction here between him actually having sex with a woman and sexualizing them. Because he is sexualizing a very big majority of these women that go to his house. Does he have sex with them? Probably not a lot, right? It's not that strange to me that he've only had sex with 10 people throughout the 12 years or whatever that Pearadise has been up. That doesn't really surprise me. But the sexualization of the women should be an issue here because he does do that.
And they were
the belly rubs, the butt smacking, all that stuff is sexual. Doesn't mean he necessarily has sex with all of them. Does that make sense?
Having like sex with other people, right? Like together.
Mm-hmm.
Being very open about that.
Are these people going there with the intention of doing?
Even if he's having sex with them, if it's consensual with the aged women, I mean, not a crime. Right. Yeah.
Sexual things, because he makes it sound like it's just like a party house. Like there's other women there. Like we're having fun.
It depends. Some people, yes, some people have gone there with the idea that they know exactly what it is. They're in the corn world and they are very on par to what's happening. A lot of people he gets from TikTok are not those people. And that is where the issue lied. Again, I would not care if he was running an 18+ swing club. Like, as long as you are marketing that way and you are branding in that way, you do you.
So how did the lawsuit start, right? Like, how did you find out how did you get served? Like, what was the process like? Like, all of that.
Yeah, so I got served online. And it was really funny because they were saying my last name wrong. So I refused to accept it. And I wasn't opening the door, but they could see me through the window.
I remember that.
And we were all laughing, and he was getting so mad because what he doesn't understand is majority of the time I'm just trolling him. He's a narcissist in my opinion, and the more upset you get him, the more he's going to sprout off and prove my points. So like, to me, it just was funny. So it sat there for a bit, but one of our other girls had gotten served and I wasn't going to leave her to do that. But I just want to make it very clear because I have heard people say otherwise. He sued us. He sued us for slander and defamation for $1 million because he said that I cost him his reality TV show, that he was losing money on TikTok stickers, and all this other stuff. So he sued us, and I actually called his bluff, and I even, I think I called his lawyer on a TikTok too. Like, I was all about just laughing in his face about it, and then I had to show up.
Was there any warning that was coming your way?
Yes, he did send us a cease and desist first, and that's when I called the bluff, because I honestly didn't believe if it was a lawyer or just him doing stuff, because he has multiple accounts where he will pretend to be different people and spam report and attack, and there was times that we would find his spam accounts just harassing the women in the comments.
Why did the lawsuit get thrown out?
Yeah, Vegas has an anti-slap lawsuit. So if you guys aren't aware, slap suits are mostly used by people in power to tie up the little guy into legal fees because no one has a lot of money to pay for a lawyer. A lot of people don't have energy to go through a years-long legal process. So what happens is they'll sue you to shut you up, and they'll be like, oh, we'll get rid of this if you just delete your videos and you do what we tell you to do. Yeah. Thankfully, Nevada has an anti-slap law, so we were able to basically countersue and get it in front of a judge.
Now, I've won an anti-slap, right? And they were responsible. I got sued over some bullshit. They were responsible to pay for my attorney fees. I said I don't want the money back. I just wanted his play button. I got his YouTube play button over that. Nice. But did he have to pay for your legal fees?
All I can say is that we came to an agreement.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough. She can't say. All right. So I guess the question is, and this is the biggest question I have in all of this, right? I've handled a lot of, essay allegations, R allegations when I used to run Drama Alert here on YouTube. And the number one question that everyone has is why is there not a police report? How come these women haven't went to the police and filed something?
Well, first and most importantly, I think you showed the clip where he was the consenting age is 16 or something. He's very good at knowing his laws that pertain to him. And there is a law in Vegas, which I absolutely think is disgusting, but it by legality of going to file a police report, it is not essay unless there is penetration.
So that is true.
That's a real thing?
That's a real law in Nevada.
Yes.
Oh my God. I
now
thought Foxy had to be wrong.
No. So here's where he got confused. When I said that he was being accused of essay, I was speaking in the sense of what essay is. You touching someone without consent and making them uncomfortable in sexual ways. He took it because he's a very literal person. And he went, well, I wasn't arrested for it because of this. So she's lying and she's slandering. That's why the judge says he might think the women didn't act for whatever that's worth. But in the colloquial sense of what essay is, these women believe they were essayed, and there's been no proof to say otherwise. Therefore, the lawsuit was thrown out in our favor.
Right. Even the evidence that he did provide, that he even has on his website, makes him look bad. It makes him look like he actually did fucking do it. He's giving you the evidence on a silver platter.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I want people to know we only got that evidence because he posted it thinking it would clear his name. We had no videos because we don't own the recordings that he has in almost every room of his house.
Yes.
Piggy, in your opinion, how evil, how bad, how horrible is this man? Should he be behind bars in your opinion? All right. This is just your opinion. I'm not saying that you're saying that he's guilty of any crimes, but just if you made the laws, all right, let me preface this way. You made the laws. You were the judge. Should he be behind bars?
100%. 100%. I have battled a long time, and I still kind of battle this, because there's a sense where I do believe he's a narcissist, and there's a sense I do believe that he doesn't understand regular social norms. I'm not saying that's an excuse, but I think we have to be logical when we're trying to assess why someone is doing something. And between the stories I've heard, I've really bounced back and forth between, is this just a bumbling idiot who doesn't grasp what's happening? Or is this someone who's really creating patterns that I see now between people who are years apart, who have no relation with each other? And I've answered yes to both of them. Because when there are so many women coming forward between Bash years, which are decades ago, to now, to me, there's no other excuse, but this is a man who knows what he's doing. He knows what works, and he knows if he just goes dormant and things die down and things go silent, he can rebuild and keep going.
Well, he invented something. That's where he got the bulk of his money, right? So
Yes.
he is intelligent, right?
Yes.
And okay. All right. Well, this is all very, very interesting. It's good to hear this side.
Like if he was like if he was a bumbling idiot, you would think by like the first, second, third time you would learn like, okay, I'm obviously like a moron. I'm not going to touch any women unless they give me verbal like consent, basically.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
The issue is that he does believe that he gets consent the minute you walk through his door. He
Or
does.
you've already had sex with him once.
Yeah, he does believe.
There are other things that he's mentioned, right? That make him believe that he has consent. The fact that these women have sent nudes, the fact that he has interpreted certain conversations as flirting. So he does see consent in other things as well. I'm not sure it's just about the women going to his home and that's already allowing him access to their bodies. I don't think it's just that. Even though it does look really bad that he touched Foxy, for example, and she was apparently not aware that she was walking into a big woman orgy, right? So it's definitely concerning.
That he has access to your stomach. He believes that once you go through those doors and you're at his party, you've consented. And that was one of his excuses of why this happened and how there was this misconception.
Foxy, tell your story one more time of your personal experience, because when she just said that, that's kind of what happened to you. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, like my story is I got contacted by one of the women that were already in the house. You know, they were like, yeah, like this is a great place for girls to hang out with each other. Come hang out with us. I come to one of the I only went to parties. I never went and just like hung out with them on the day to day. But there was this one specific party that I had worn this like string butterfly bikini, right? And that was what like got his attention. It was like, oh, like I can see this girl's like full body now. Like that's when he finally like locked eyes on me. And he like came over to me and he was like, ooh, look at your belly, and just started like feeling on it. And then throughout the night, there was more than one time where he would like be going around the backside of me and would like grab my hips just to like move around me, right? Like very inconspicuous, just like, oh, excuse me, but like, why do you need to put your hands on someone's hips to say excuse me? You know, type of situation.
Right.
And then in the VC last night, right, he was like, she is weird. She fucking, all she cared about was her TikTok. This was somebody reporting to me, by the way. All she cared about was her TikTok and making content here. I felt used by her. And I was like, well, I thought this was a fucking content house. You're mad that I came and made content for you, right? Because I only had one TikTok of mine in his house. The rest of them went on his page.
Yep, because he never tags anyone back in the day.
Yeah. I don't know how the fuck I got used.
I'm so sorry that happened to you, and it's absolutely disgusting. Even like, I know he likes to compare it to like brutal, R and stuff like that. But being touched without consent, especially as bigger bodies, to me, someone grabbing my stomach is like going up to grabbing someone's boobs. Because
Right.
I know men in that environment are very sexualized by bigger women majority of the time.
No,
And
I mean,
to-
well,
oh, go
if
ahead.
you're big and you're self-conscious and someone grabs your fat roll, you're gonna be like, what the fuck? Like that is gonna make anyone uncomfortable. You would have to know this guy, have a conversation with him, know him for some while in order to be comfortable to be touched that way. I mean, that's like one of the big insecurities, right? If you're big.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and
I get that.
I had already been going to the house for a period of time at that point, but had never really talked to just him. I was only ever hanging out with the girls. It wasn't until that day in that thong bikini that he like started paying me special attention. So I think it's, in my opinion, it was a little obvious.
Yeah, and I think you make a really good point that I don't know if a lot of people talk about. People like to say this is a content house, but it's not. It's only his way to kind of spin it so he doesn't look like the bad guy when we're having these conversations, because the women don't get paid. They barely got tagged back in the day.
Right.
He would he would get people. You'd be like, "You want to make a TikTok? Are you ready to make a TikTok? Can we go make a TikTok now? Can we go do this?" And these women showed up to the house not because it was a content house, not because of him, because groups of women felt comfortable and they would have fun in the pool, and this was like a sisterhood. And then all of a sudden, you go there thinking you're hanging out with your friends, because he painted Savvy in a picture yesterday where he was like, "Savvy had so much fun. Savvy was crying that she didn't want to leave." Yeah, Savvy had friends there. She went there for her best girlfriends, and he decided to take that upon himself, knowing she was in a relationship, to shoot his shot.
Wow.
This is all very completely different story than what we heard yesterday.
Yeah, what about addressing the fact that 10 days later or 9 days later, she said she had a sex dream with Stefan? Like, why does that come out after she's felt uncomfortable in the house?
When this movie comes out that everyone is hyped for, what story do you think it's going to tell? Because I asked him and he was like unsure.
I don't think any of us know what's going to happen. I can tell you what I hope to happen. I hope that it tells the story from both sides and puts the evidence out there for people to make their own opinion. And I hope that the evidence that I believe in and that I have fought for is presented in a way that will protect women. Because when this was just on TikTok, he can spam report us, he can harass us, he can get things taken down. I once had to go by calling him Stefina George, because every time I said Stefan in a video, it got flagged. Like, he will watch and attack every chance he has. Now, this is going to be on a platform he doesn't have control of. He can't spam report it. People, if they Google Pearadise before they go, it might pop up because of the algorithm. And it's the best chance we have to just get the facts out there that we've tried so hard to get out there to women.
She speaks so well and so fair, you know?
Yeah, that's why I wanted the story on this platform too. You know, because ain't no way he's getting the shit taken down from his.
Oh yeah, I'll just call YouTube. I'll just.
I'm honestly surprised that he wanted anything to do with it. Like, he wanted to speak.
I truly believe, in my opinion, that he is a narcissist. And when you are a narcissist, there's nothing you think you can't get.
Yeah, he also probably really believes that he's doing something good for these women, right? Very likely that he actually feels he's doing something good for them.
Get yourself out of. You can spin that tail. You can get everyone to see what you want them to see. And that's why he'll say things like, "I've never been able to tell my story." He's had like 4 different tell-all lives. One he didn't even go to. He just ran.
Well, this is actually going to get really interesting, because Stefan is going to go up and talk as well at some point. So they're both going to be on panel. But we unfortunately do not have time for that. We have hit the 2-hour mark. Let me make sure to pause the timer. Ta-da! We have another 1 hour and 42 minutes left for tomorrow. Since we haven't actually closed down this topic, we're going to continue to talk about Pearadise and look at these interviews. So that's going to be the stuff for tomorrow. So at 2 p.m. EST, we're going to continue the Pearadise topic and go through these interviews. They have been extremely interesting. I hope you guys feel the same way as I do. And then we'll see if we get another contribution to keep the show going. Also, we did unlock the footsie model today, which means I actually haven't talked about this, but on my next stream, probably not tonight, but tomorrow, I'm going to be revealing the footsie model. So get ready to see some footsies on stream tomorrow. For our 1 hour and 42 minutes, you'll see some footsies on screen. So that should be fun and exciting. And later today, we're going to have another gaming stream. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to play yet. I'm going to have to schedule it. You guys will find out. So thank you again, guys, for being here. Thank you for the support today. Belcora was absolutely crazy. We hit the 0-minute mark, and all of a sudden, bam, another 3 hours. So that was amazing. Thank you again, Belcora. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yeah, we have the footsie reveal tomorrow, the footsie model reveal. It's gonna be pretty. It's gonna be pretty cool. You don't have to be into feet to enjoy the model tomorrow. I promise you that. I'm not a foot person, but it's pretty cool nonetheless. All right. So let's see who we can go say hi to. Let's go say hi to Raw Phil. because we will be talking about DSP soon. Not tomorrow, but soon. Hey, Gigi, good to see you on the chat. Let's go say hi to Raw Phil. Again, guys, we will be going down the DSP rabbit hole pretty soon, but tomorrow we keep up the Pearadise topic because we have to go through all these interviews. They have been super interesting, so I can't wait. See you all tomorrow. Have a good night. Bye.